One of the banes of my existence is parking charges. Every time I drop someone off at an airport, I get charged a fiver. Every time I go and pick someone up at an airport, I get charged a little bit more. Now, when you take them on an individual basis, you know, oh, £5 out of 100, you know, it's not too bad. But when you look over the course of the month or the course of the year, these £5 and these £6 and these £7 and these £8, they multiply up to a staggering amount. And they can actually have quite an impact on any business. Now, the people that come up with these clean air zones, I wonder if they thought about that. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Start of another week. I hope everyone is doing alright. You've had a good weekend and got something out of our live last night. Look at that if you haven't done so already. You can see that in a replay in the live section on the channel. Let me know in the comments that you're all okay and you got a good week ahead. Let's hope you have. Well, clean air zones, they're popping up all over the place, aren't they? We see these cameras entering towns all over the place, and we know that they're in preparation for things to come. 15-minute cities, more ULEZ, more clean air zones, and let's face it, more bollocks. Well, it's the effect that all this has. Well, what they're talking about in a lot of places is actually charging cars £8 a time for driving into these clean air zones. Now, this has been postponed until May the 31st. This is when it will be introduced. And in effect, people have got an amnesty, I suppose. And the idea is give you time to chop your old vehicle in and get a new vehicle which is compliant, so you don't have to pay the £8 charge anymore. They tried this same stunt as Sadiq Khan's London ULEZ charge. Oh, by the way, don't complain about that because you'll be labelled as a far-right extremist. Oh, there'll be another video coming on that, I'm sure, if he carries on. Well, there's a business owner in Birmingham, runs a place called, I think his name's Sina. Pardon me if I get the pronunciation wrong of his name, but he runs the Grand Central Kitchen, and that's in Birmingham. And he's worried because at the moment, his basic operating costs alone, they run in a region of about £3,000 or £4,000 a month just for his energy before he thinks about anything else. So you can imagine a number of covers he's got to go through on a daily basis to turn a profit. So the last thing on his mind is going to be changing his car. Now, when this clean air zone exemption ends on May the 31st, he's going to end up with, well, loads and loads of extra outgoings. So what do? Do you pass that cost on to the customer? Oh, sorry, this food here, no, I think we'll go down to that one down the road. They're a few quid cheaper. His argument is if he goes out to a supplier or has a couple of days of running round with suppliers, then it all tots up. You know, it's just, again, and you get into the hundreds and the thousands of pounds. I don't think the dipsticks that have come up with this scheme have thought of this at all. Well, there are certain cities around, which I have information about here, that have either been confirmed, been proposed, or been scrapped. And I leave a link in the description to the article where this comes from, and you can see the list for yourself. Cities with confirmed clean air zones in place, which I think is a precursor to other things: Birmingham, Bristol, Bath, Sheffield, Bradford, Portsmouth, Tyneside. That covers Newcastle and Gateshead. Well, we know these are coming in other ways. We've already discussed them in other videos. Proposed: Manchester, Oxford, now there's a name we've seen before, Aberdeen, Basildon, Cambridge, St Albans, that's near my grandparents' old neck of the woods, Warrington. The ones that have been scrapped, and this is interesting: Derby, Leeds, Liverpool, Nottingham, Southampton, Cardiff. Now, I want to give the Funky Prepper a shout out here because there's one he mentioned with regard to 15-minute cities rather than clean air zones, where I think all this is going, of course. He mentioned Canterbury, and I'm told there has been, or there's going to be, an event, a gathering of people to say what they think about that. So that might be worth looking out for. But again, it's unpractical, unworkable, and it'll spell disaster for local businesses. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I'll be interested to see your feedback, and maybe it's one we can have a read through about later in the week. Anyway, have a good one, folks. I'll be along soon with another. Toodaloo.